pretty bad things. Actually, I did a lot of bad things. And because I did these things, I thought that God didn't love me anymore. And that my life would never turn into something that would glorify Him. Have you guys ever felt that way before? Yeah? Well, one day I was walking home from the marketplace, which is kind of like your guys' grocery store. And all of a sudden I heard a lot of noise behind me, kind of like a fight going on. I really didn't think much of it. I just kept walking home, and I got home and I realized 2 men had followed me home. I got really scared. They barged right into my house. But they told me that I shouldn't be afraid, that they are Israelite spies sent from God. I didn't know that God had spies. I thought that was really cool. They told me that God sent them to scope out the city of Jericho because God was going to destroy it in 7 days. I got really scared because that's where I live. But they told me that if I helped keep them safe, God would keep my family and I safe. Well, all of a sudden I heard soldiers coming down the road. So I hurried up and hid those spies on my roof under some straw. The soldiers asked where the spies had went, and I said, I don't know, that they must have already went on. I haven't seen them for a while. So the soldiers left, and I went back up to my roof and told the spies what had happened. And they told me because I'd kept them safe from the soldiers, that God would keep my family and I safe when He destroyed the city. They told me to keep this red rope in my window for the next 7 days, and that my family and I would be safe. So the spies left my house and they climbed down the rope out of my window, and the 7 days happened, and once a day, every day, the Israelites, the army that the spies had, marched around the city one time in complete silence. Not a single one said a word. And then on the 7th day, they marched around 7 times. And on the last time, they shouted and they blew trumpets and they broke jars, and so much noise happened. And the city of Jericho crashed around my family and I. But we stayed safe because we did what God asked us, and we kept the red rope in our window. So I'm here to tell you guys today that even when you don't think that you're good enough or that you've done something bad, like maybe you're playing baseball and it goes through your neighbor's window and you get in a lot of trouble, or maybe you're playing a game on, what is this? A phone. Maybe you're playing a game on your phone and you lose and you think, man, I'm just not worth anything. Or even if you fail a test and you get really mad and you crumple it up and your parents yell at you and you get in a lot of trouble and you just think, God, I can't do anything for you. Well, I felt that way one time too, but God still used my life to glorify Him. And He's going to do the same for you guys. 1 Corinthians 13:8 tells us that His love never fails. And if His love never fails, it goes on forever. It's limitless. He's always going to love us no matter what we do, and we'll be forgiven. So next week, I challenge every single one of you to come in and tell me a story of when you thought you weren't good enough, or that you did something bad, but God still loved you and used you to do something amazing, just like He did with me and the Israelites. So next week, I want to see all of you here again to tell me your story. I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for letting me talk.